Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us this Friday night. I'm Samantha Sullivan, in for Jay and Janelle tonight. We'll keep your eyes on your mailbox over the next few days. With just 25 days until Election Day, it's time to make your voice heard. Absentee ballots are on the way to your doorstep right now. Voters who signed up for an absentee ballot can expect it in the mail by Monday. We spoke to Brett Rutherford, the Yellowstone County Elections Administrator, about this year's turnout.
We're actually in excess of 70,000 absentee voters now, and that's probably the biggest problem with the mailer is there's so many people covered already. The last presidential in 2016, we only had 65,000. So we have added 5,000 plus voters to our absentee rolls, and that is wonderful. So we're going to see a huge turnout with absentee and vote by mail rather than the polling places.
Now, we also spoke with the Montana Secretary of State's office, and they tell us that they sent out almost 360,000 absentee ballots across the state today, a number they say is right in line with where they've been in the past. Absentee ballots can be requested up until noon on the day before the election. Earlier this week, there was some confusion in Yellowstone County and across the state over a mailer sent out telling people they were not registered for absentee voting when they actually were. If you have questions about your registration status, you can call your local elections office. And people around the state will soon be receiving a correction to their state voter information pamphlets. MTN's Jonathan Ambarian looks at why the update was needed.
Montana voters have received an official voter information pamphlet featuring information about the 4 ballot measures they'll consider in the upcoming election. Montana Secretary of State Corey Stapleton's office produced 466,000 copies of the pamphlet, which includes the specific language of each measure. But they eventually discovered some information had been left out. The ballot language should include underlines where a measure would add words to a law and strike-throughs where it would remove words. In the text for Initiatives 185 and 186, some of those markings weren't included, so it wasn't clear what the measures would change. The Secretary of State's office is now mailing a postcard to voters correcting the missing information. Voters should receive the addendum in the next few days. Officials say they printed 471,000 copies of the addendum at a total cost of just under $33,000. In Helena, Jonathan Ambarian, MTN News.
And late today, the Secretary of State's office reported that on top of the $30,000 printing cost, it would also cost $230,000 to mail all of those edited pamphlets out. The Secretary of State's office has also updated its digital copy, which is available online. Well, we've been talking a lot about elections, and our team here at MTN is working to keep you informed before casting your ballot. RJ Cohn is in Bozeman this evening with a look at what to expect for tomorrow's U.S. Senate debate.
Well, we're getting set for the final televised debate between the Senate candidates in Montana. I'm joined with Dr. David Parker from Montana State University. David, we got the podiums. We're all set here. We went over the questions. The question I have for you is, do debates matter? We're hearing that this race is getting to be razor tight. Could this make a difference?
You know, back in the old days when TV debates were just broadcast, I think to some extent they mattered less because they kind of existed out there, they happened once, and that was about it. But I think in this day and age where we have YouTube and we have social media, TV debates can matter a little bit more because whatever happens could be shared multiple times over. And I think they matter a lot, particularly if someone makes a mistake. So I think, and think about this debate, debates are always tougher for incumbents, right? Because the expectations are a lot higher and the challengers always have a lot more to gain. If either one of them screw up, particularly the incumbent though, it's going to live on forever and be played over and over and over again. So I think it could matter.
We went over some questions, 15, 16 questions for the 3 candidates, including Libertarian Rick Breckenridge. What will you be looking for tomorrow?
What I'm looking for is I expect John Tester, who I think is a very good debater, to put in a solid performance. Matt Rosendale in the PBS debate actually looked quite good, and that was to his advantage as a challenger. So I'm going to want to see if he can actually keep up that momentum going into this debate. The other thing I'm going to look for is, are they flustered? Can they handle the questions? I think we have some pretty tough ones coming their way, Jay.
I do too. So we hope you can join us tomorrow at 6 o'clock here on your MTN station. The final televised debate of the U.S. Senate campaign underway in Montana. For David Parker, I'm Jay Cohn. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks so much, Jay. Well, in other news this evening, a former Hardin teacher is convicted after a 3-day trial for hiding a handgun and failing to report that a student brought it to school. 42-year-old Nora Block was convicted of felony evidence tampering and obstruction. It took the jury over 7 hours to reach their verdict on 2 of the 3 charges. The jury was hung on the charge that involved the actual possession of a weapon inside of a school building. As a result, the state dismissed that charge. Back in January, a student resource officer received information that a Hardin High School student had a gun inside the building. The student was found in Block's art room despite not having any classes there. Officers say Block hid a gun in her classroom and did not immediately report it to authorities. Sentencing is set for December 10th. And Montana tribes will be watching an upcoming Supreme Court hearing closely, as it could set a precedence for hunting and decide if Western Indian treaties still apply today. The case involves Clavin Herrera and the state of Wyoming. Herrera is a member of the Crow tribe and took an elk in Wyoming. He was convicted for illegal hunting practices. However, Herrera maintains he has the Laramie Treaty of 1868 on his side, which says tribal members have the right to hunt on unoccupied land. Wyoming says those treaty rights ended when Wyoming became a state. A University of Montana professor of Indian law says this case could lay the groundwork for the land rights in the future.
And so even though the case arose because of a standard elk hunt, that defense really brought in questions of Indian law and history and made a much bigger issue out of the case, and that's really what's brought it all the way forward to the Supreme Court.
As of right now, Herrera has filed briefs, and currently the state of Wyoming is responding. The Supreme Court likely will not hear the case until January of 2019. Here in Billings, a house fire is under investigation on the south side. The fire at 11 Jackson Street was called in just after 10:30 last night. Damages are estimated at about $20,000. Deputy Fire Marshal Tyrone Morgan says one room was damaged by the fire and the rest of the house sustained smoke damage. No injuries were reported and no one was inside the home at the time the fire started. That fire is still under investigation. And let's face it, farmers don't always get the thanks they deserve for all of the hard work they put in throughout the growing season. So today is all about them. Celebrated since the 1800s, today is National Farmers Day. Originally known as National Farmers Day, was referred to as Old Farmers Day. While no one really seems to know the origin of the day or how it came about, it does seem fitting to thank farmers as we near the end of the harvest here in Montana. Well, up next on tonight's 5:30 News, you never know when a new shop could pop up in downtown Billings, and a new project is giving more businesses a chance. We'll check that out. And later in sports, West is underway over in Missoula. We'll see if the Bears can climb to 7-1.
And coming up in weather, it was a warm front that moved through Billings today, but then we're expecting to see a new cold front push through by tomorrow morning. It could mean snow for the Q2 viewing area. We'll have all about it coming up in a few more minutes.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Janelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.